Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel Know About Embedded Systems. So in today's video, we will develop a C code to generate the number pyramid. So this is also one of the important question for your interviews. So usually most of the interviews, especially in the programming exercises, so this type of questions you will be getting. So what are the different, like develop a C code to generate the number pyramid or triangle or prime number generation. So like that, you will get a question at least in the first phase of the interviews if you're taking any interviews for embedded system. So let us start the video here, but before starting the video, if you're a new viewer to my channel, kindly subscribe my YouTube channel and gain the knowledge on embedded systems and C programming. Now, so if you want to develop a code for that, but number triangle, so this is how it looks like, the number triangle or a number pyramid we will call. So this is your number pyramid. First I want to print 1, then 1 2 1, then 1 2 3 2 1, and it goes on like that. So 1 2 3 4 3 2 1 and goes on. So in order to print this number pattern, again there is a logic here. So we have to understand, it's very easy, but only the thing is, if you know the logic, it is not at all difficult to develop the coding. So in this triangle, so we have two triangles are there in this pyramid. So we have two triangles. You can see here, this is my first triangle and this is my second triangle. So there are two triangles are there. So we have to develop using for loops. We have to develop using for loop. So how to develop, I'll tell you in the next slide. Now, so as I told you guys already, to generate the number pyramid, we have to follow the logic, and there are two triangles are there. So there are two number triangles are there. I already told you. So this is the first triangle, and so this is the second triangle. So we have, as I told you, so we have two triangles are there. So in order to develop this, so we have to know the logic for this thing. Okay, now before understanding the logic, so first what we have to do, we have to develop the coding for first triangle. So first triangle, then the second triangle. Like this, we have to split it up in the coding part. So now, if you want to print, so I told you there is a logic, right? So let us consider. So let us consider I have 5 rows here. Let us consider I have 5 rows. N is equal to 5. I'm considering nothing but n is equal to 5 is nothing but number of rows here. Now, so see what is happening in the first row. So this is my first row. In the first row, I want to print only one character or one number I want to print. One number I want to print, and you can see here I have some spaces here. Like I want to print one character, but not exactly in the first position. It has to be printed in the fifth position. It has to be it should be printed in a fifth position, and first 4 I have to give the spaces, so space 1 2 3. So that means in the first row I need to use 4 spaces and one character to be printed. Okay, in the second row, you see here in the second row, so 3 spaces I have to include, and 2 characters plus 1 character. You can see here, so 2 character from the first triangle and 1 character from the second triangle, like that. So if you go on, so 2 spaces, 3 characters, 2 characters, and then in the fourth row 1 space, 4 characters need to be printed, and on the other triangle I need to print 3 characters, and it goes on even for last row as well. Okay, so this is a logic behind the number pyramid. Now we will understand how can we implement the same logic in the coding part. See, I told you there are 5 rows are there. So in order to control the rows, I'll be using one for loop here. You can see the first point what I'm highlighting here is, in order to control the rows, 5 rows are there. Not only 5, you can take any number of rows, no problem, but for easy understanding I'm taking 5 here. So to control rows, I'll be using one for loop, and this for loop, let us consider I as a for loop variable here. I is equal to, let us consider I is equal to 1 to 5. So sorry, this has to be 1. So I should vary from 1 to 5. So this is the first point. in order to control the rows. First point. Second point. So in the second point, so I'll be concentrating on the spaces. So how many spaces you want to know in order to print in the first row, second row, that point. So second point I'm going to consider, or I'm going to concentrate on the spaces here. The number of one for loop for space control. So this space, you just understand how many spaces we required. The spaces we required actually n minus 1, n minus I. Always n minus I spaces are required. So what is n here? N is 5, and let us assume I'm going for first row, nothing but I is equal to 1. So that means 4. So in the first row, I want to print 4 spaces. So meaning is I have to go number of spaces with n minus 1. You can see here. The spaces should start from n minus 1 and it should be always greater than 0, and it should decrement every time. So every time the spaces are decrementing. Now here it is 3, then 2, then 1, like that. The spaces has to be decremented. So this is the second thing you should know. And third thing, number of character to be printed of the first triangle. So I told you already, you also know that. So we have 2 triangles. So what are the things I have to be printed in the first triangle? In the first triangle, I have to print characters, right? So to control that, I'm going to use one for loop. That is nothing but j here. Okay, j should start from 1. So because you can see the count print will start from 1, so that's why initialization will be done for j is equal to 1, and it should be less than or equal to I value. So that means, so I in the first row 1 character, in the second row 2 character, and it goes on like that. J should be less than or equal to I. So that is the condition, and j plus plus. And finally the last one, nothing but second triangle. So in the second triangle, you understand the logic here. So in the second triangle, I'm not printing anything here. In the first row, I'm not printing. In the first row, I'm not printing anything. But in the second row, I'm printing row minus 1 actually. I'm printing row minus 1. I'll start from row minus 1 and I'll go on decrementing. Right? So you can see in the second row, I'm printing 2 minus 1, nothing but 1 character I'll be printing. Similar to that, in the third row, row minus 2, nothing but I minus 2. I'll start from I minus 1, nothing but 2 here, and I'll start and I'll print it 2, and it goes on like that. Even in the last one, so I is equal to 5 here. So 5 minus 1, I'll start 5 minus 1, that is nothing but 4, and I'll go on printing from 4 to 1. Right? So 3 to 1, 4 to 1, 2 to 1, and then 1. So like this, the second triangle numbers are printed. So that is why for the second triangle, I'm considering one variable called as a k, and it should be initialized with I minus 1, and k should be greater than 0, and then k minus minus. So this logic we have to implement in the coding. I have to use 4 for loops, one for loop for controlling the row, one for loop to control the spaces, one for loop to control the first triangle characters, and one more for loop to control the second triangle characters to be printed. Right? I hope you're clear with the logic. Now I'll go to the coding part directly. So I have, yeah, this is my online GDB. I told you already, I'll be using 4 for loops one by one. The first for loop I'll be using here integer by, okay, I'll just write one small comment here. Loop to control the row. Okay, loop to control the row. I'll be controlling the row here. So I have considered here n is equal to 9. You can take any value for easy understanding. 5 or 9 is so fine for me. So for integer I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to n. Okay, then I plus plus. Okay, then I plus plus. So this is my first condition of a for loop to control the rows. Okay, second loop to control the space. Loop to control the spaces. Okay, so in order to control the space, you know that very simple. I have already explained the theory. For integer space, I'll consider one more variable here, space. Yeah, so initialization we have to do for n minus I. N minus I have to do the initialization for the spaces, and this space should be greater than, always it should be greater than 0, then space minus minus. This is a logic we have to apply for space control, and then just you add one space, that's it. So you add printf, and then just you can add one space. So this is just to add the spaces. Okay, so this is my first second loop, and I'll be using third loop to control the loop to print the character or a number for first triangle. Okay, I'm going to use a loop to print the character or a number for first triangle. So you know that. So the logic for this, again for integer j. So now j is equal to, I'll start from 1, and j less than or equal to I. This is the logic we have to implement here, and then j plus plus. Okay, so then you just print it, nothing else. So we have to print the j value here, that's it, nothing else. So in order to print it, just you copy this print and then %d followed by j. Okay, so this is my controlling the first triangle numbers, and then second, in order to loop to control the second triangle. Loop to print the character for second triangle. Okay, so I'll consider k here. So k is equal to, so this is very important here. We have to consider I minus 1. So k initialization will be done for I minus 1, and k should be greater than 0, because it should be always greater than 0, and then k minus minus you can do. Okay, then you can print it, k value, that's it. So now we have done with a major coding. So this is, you know that this for loop is used to control the row 1 2 3 4, and it goes on. This loop is used to control the spaces, and this loop is used to control the number of that particular triangle. This loop is used to control the one more particular triangle. So now finally I need to add one new line here, /n. So that's it, the code. So it's very simple. I told you already, if you know the for loop and if you know the logic for your triangle or your pyramid, it is not at all complicated. So now let us run it. Let us see how will it work. Now you can see this is your triangle, right? So I'm able to print 1 1 2 1 1 2 3 2 1, then 1 2 3 4 3 2 1 1 2 3, and it goes on like this. So this is called your number pyramid, right? And even okay, I'll just if you want to print the star, so what you can do here is, so instead of printing, yeah, one more thing, like, so two use cases I'll show you here. So if you want to print I value here, you can even do that. So just you change, instead of j to I, you can do it, and here as well as you can do it I. So it will print only I value here. Now you can see it is able to print I value 1 2 2 2 3 3 3, and it goes on like that. So this is a number pyramid with the I, j, and k, and finally I will show you How to do the even the characters, nothing but a star. If you want to print any of your character, for example, if you want to print a star here, that also is possible. That also you can do it. Now you will get star pyramid. Let us check this. Now you can see. So this is how you can print number pyramid, star pyramid, and however you want you can do it. Okay, I hope so. This video is an informative video. If you feel this video is an informative video, please click on the like button and subscribe my YouTube channel.